Emma carried the weight of heartbreak like stones in her pockets. 2 divorces, 2 shattered promises, 2 futures dissolved like sugar in rain. Each goodbye chipped away at her spirit, leaving her unsure. Was she flawed? Was she cursed to forever chase love's mirage? Sleep offered little solace, haunted by whispers of what if and if only. Emma's days were painted in shades of grey. She moved through life like a ghost, a shadow of the vibrant woman she once was. Friends offered platitudes, but their words rang hollow. How could they understand the cavern that had opened within her? A cavern echoing with the ghosts of love lost and the fear of being forever alone. One night, exhaustion claimed her. She tumbled into sleep and found herself in a long hallway. It was dark, lit only by flickering torches that cast eerie shadows on the walls. And then she saw them. 7 doors, each painted a vibrant, impossible red. They pulsed with an energy that both terrified and compelled her. A sign shimmered above each door, each bearing a single word: passion, security, adventure, knowledge, forgiveness, family, solitude. Each word resonated with a deep-seated longing within her. The weight in her pockets seemed to lessen, replaced by a flicker of curiosity. Could one of these doors hold the key to her happiness? Could this be more than a dream, a roadmap to her destiny? The door labelled passion pulsed with a fiery red light. It whispered promises of excitement, of a love that consumed her, body and soul. But as she peered closer, she saw glimpses of arguments, of jealousy, of a love that burned hot but flickered out too soon. Was that the pattern she was destined to repeat? The security door emanated a calming blue light. It offered a vision of a stable life, a loving partner, a home filled with laughter. But the scene felt stagnant, predictable. Was this enough? Could she trade passion for comfort, excitement for routine? A golden light beckoned from the adventure door. She saw herself exploring exotic lands, meeting fascinating strangers, living life on her own terms. But the image was fleeting, leaving her with a sense of unease. Could she bear the loneliness of a life constantly in motion? The knowledge door shimmered with an ethereal white light. It promised intellectual fulfillment, a life dedicated to unraveling the mysteries of the universe. But the path felt isolating, devoid of human connection. Was she willing to sacrifice intimacy for intellectual pursuits? A soft green glow emanated from the forgiveness door. She saw herself embracing her past, letting go of the anger and resentment that clung to her. She saw herself forgiving her ex-husbands, but more importantly, forgiving herself. Was this the key to unlocking her future happiness? The family door exuded a warm, inviting yellow light. She saw a bustling household filled with children's laughter. She felt the love of a partner who cherished her, who saw her, who loved her unconditionally. But was this a future she still desired after her divorces? Could she risk her heart again? The final door, solitude, stood apart. It emitted a cool, silver light. It offered a vision of self-sufficiency, of finding peace and contentment within herself. But the thought of facing the world alone filled her with trepidation. Was she strong enough to forge her own path? Emma stood frozen, paralyzed by the weight of her choices. Each door held a different allure, a different path to happiness, but each also whispered warnings, revealing the potential pitfalls that lay ahead. She realized that there was no perfect choice, no guaranteed happily ever after. She thought of all the times she had chosen poorly in love, ignoring the red flags, silencing the voice of intuition in favor of blind optimism. Had she learned nothing? This time, she vowed, would be different. This time she would listen to her heart, to the whispers of her soul. As she gazed at the doors one by one, she felt a shift within her. The fear that had been a constant companion began to recede, replaced by a newfound sense of clarity. She realized that the answer wasn't hidden behind a door, but within herself. The doors were merely reflections of her own desires, her own fears, her own potential. She took a deep breath and closed her eyes. She envisioned each door, each possibility, and paid attention to how it made her feel. Some sparked a flicker of excitement, while others filled her with a sense of unease. She realized that she had been so focused on finding the right door that she had forgotten to ask herself the most important question. What did she truly want? The answer, when it came, was surprisingly clear. It wasn't any one door that called to her, but a combination of them. She craved the passion and excitement promised by one door, the security and stability of another. She yearned for adventure and knowledge, but also for the comfort of loved ones. She realized that life wasn't about choosing one path and sticking to it, but about forging her own way. It was about embracing all aspects of herself, the good, the bad, and the messy, and creating a life that reflected her authentic self. She didn't need to choose a door. She needed to build her own. With a newfound sense of purpose, Emma turned away from the 7 doors. As she did, she noticed a faint glow emanating from the end of the hallway. Curiosity piqued. She walked towards it. The hallway seemed to stretch endlessly before her, but she didn't hesitate. She had spent too long standing still, trapped by the weight of her past. As she walked, the faint glow grew stronger, illuminating the path ahead. She didn't know where it led, but she was no longer afraid. She had learned that the most important journey was the one she took within herself, the journey of self-discovery and acceptance. The dream began to fade, the hallway dissolving around her. She woke up with a gasp, her heart pounding. But the fear was gone, replaced by a sense of exhilaration. She didn't need a dream to tell her what to do. She knew in her heart what she had to do. She spent the next few days taking stock of her life. She made a list of her dreams, her goals, her fears. She reached out to old friends, rekindled neglected passions, and started saying yes to new experiences. She embraced the unknown, the uncertainty, the beautiful messiness of life. She didn't know what the future held, but she was no longer afraid to find out. She had learned that happiness wasn't a destination, but a journey. And she was finally ready to take the first step. What about you? What doors are you standing in front of? And what will you choose?